and love. Welcome to Mama Africa's Marketplace.
Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the female solution.
Peace and love, and welcome to Mama Africa's house. Today we have a special guest, special treat for you. Um, we have bringing to the stage Universal Prayther. Peace and love, Baba. How you feeling?
Peace and love. I am well. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I mean, that background you got going on is looking really nice there. I need to be over there where you at.
Let's go. Let's go.
Good
It's
morning, grand risings, all of those beautiful things. So first, let's just jump right into it, and tell the people who is Universal Prather.
yeah. Thank you so much for having me on your show, Mama Africa. About me, my name is Universal Prayther. That's my given name. I like to let people know it's not a name that I made up, or that it's not an actor name or play name. My so the background story of that is that my mother was pregnant with me while she was in high school, and it really came down to a class vote between Moses and Universal, and the class went into the direction of Universal. So I am truly a community child, and the saying "it takes a village," I it's in my DNA. I really do take heart to that.
Okay. It was not the class vote. I mean, it's a wonderful name. It's definitely universal. You understand? Um, all right. So I was reading your bio, and you are a man of many talents, many gifts. Could you elaborate a little bit? Just give us an overview on some of the things. Condense your 4-page bio to like two sentences for me.
I'll try to condense it in two sentences. I think
Now,
it
take your
speaks.
time. Seriously, take your time. Just let the people know, kind of get an overall, because you got so many different platforms, so many different things that you work on. We're going to touch on some of those things, but just opening up the show, just kind of give the people a feel of who you are and what you do, and a few different of your areas that you work in.
Absolutely. So I think the best place to start, just so I can kind of keep some organization in, is I am the founder and CEO of an organization, a social impact research firm that's called Over Inertia. And in Over Inertia, I work as primarily the principal investigator. So what that means for short is I'm a researcher, and I do research. My background is in research, and my interest my interest led me through a journey to be able to collect a lot of for sure research, but it allowed me to transform as well as an individual. So my basis, I would say I started at a young age in starting to learn about the Bible, the Quran, the book of the great books, and that led me, that spiraled me to really become a lover of reading and learning. And once I was bit with that bug, it just didn't stop. I went from religious texts to in college, more like, and to health and wellness, and health and wellness kind of led me down a track to be able to utilize research as a tool to learn more. So as I began to matriculate in life, uh, the problems I wanted to solve, I used research as an engine, not only to introduce me to, but to really get a depth understanding from other researchers' perspective, other people's experiences, and it led me into what I call over inertia, in sense. And what I do with over inertia is I utilize data. I utilize data to create um, curriculum, and the curriculum turns out to become programs or services that I then use to provide the community to solve community issues, different community issues, and I use that data to be able to improve the performance of the programs or service in the direction of creating channeling that to create what's called informed data and policy. So um, my research interest goes from a number of ways, but in short, a number of disciplines or uh, competencies. I just like to say health and wellness. So I Pi SOS is an acronym that I kind of created to be able to drive that channel. So physically, intellectually, emotional, social, occupational, and spiritual. So uh, like in the foundation is health, right? How to improve health, how to improve health of a population, how to improve health of a people. And I just use creativity and data to be able to drive that to drive the narrative and to come up with solutions to solve real world problems.
Wow, that's a lot, brother. You deep. I, I was trying to take all of that in when I read it, when listening to you talk about it. Um, I know that when we initially spoke or thought about, coming onto the podcast, it was during a session between me and you. Um, and what do you call that? What would you call that consultation?
Honestly, I put it in the realm of jump.
Mm-hmm.
Jump stands for jettison unhealthy movements properly. It's a behavior transformation type program, and we honestly the program comes based from a research from a methodology that's called TTM's Trans Theoretical Module, which says that the premises of the research says that behavior change is a process and not an event. So we're going to have many different events that will lead to a process, right? So that you can jettison uh, the whatever unhealthy movements that you don't like, right? You can get rid of those on your own accord. Um, and we just use a some principles from counseling. We It's called motivational interviewing, and motivational interviewing is one of my first research projects that I've done coming out of college. And it's in a sense, it's just using the base practices of counseling to drive behavior change, and that's what we're doing. So I just happen to use my knowledge of health and wellness, the the pillars of health, to be able to guide the conversation, to facilitate a process.
Well, it's definitely been helpful for me. Just thinking about different ways I engage with not only food, but water, my body. We talk about a lot of things in school, but I was not privy to learning about my body, how it works, how water affects it, the food that we intake. So having those different types of conversations that I typically wouldn't have normal every day with you have been a blessing. So if you are watching and you are looking at trying to become a little healthier, Carl Baba, so he can help you go through those things. It's different than just going to like some type of a weight loss thing, because it's not about weight or anything like that. It's about being healthy. I recently found out I was dealing with some high blood pressure issues, which I haven't had any health issues in my life. So, having those kinds of conversations with you and coming back to understanding, my body and how to keep it healthy and safe. I appreciate you for taking the time out to do that. And some of those conversations, could you tell the people to just run a little briefly about the importance of water, how it affect our bodies, and why we need to drink more water every day?
Absolutely. Yeah, and no problem. I'm most definitely am here for the community in any capacity that I can help and support. When just in short, I'll give you a background story, and it's really sad that most of us don't have a positive relationship with drinking water. Now, and I get, right, I get taste, but that's the story I want to be able to share and start with taste. A taste. Um, I know me growing up around my parents, my father influenced the idea of drinking water. He would always drink water. I'm talking about like large cups, mugs of just like ice water. And yeah, as a kid, I didn't understand it, but it wasn't until I went to Africa that I really understood uh, uh, the importance of water and then hydration. So I just had an idea to catch rainwater. It was raining like really, really, really good, and I just had an idea of just like catching the rainwater and filter. What if I filtered this water? I boil this water, allow it to cool, and then like I did, I think probably one or two other steps with it. And once I finished the process of the water, and I that was the crisp, like it's the term. That was the that water was so crisp. I never had water. I never had a sensation of water like that. Like, just in my own, like I just never had a sensation of water like that. But like the sensation was so unreal. I began to, of course, I did it all the time, but especially when I came back to the States, it was very difficult to find water that matched that same type of crisp, and that's what I was looking for, drinking water. But in sense though, like what water is not only the body, right, itself is not just a large percentage of water. We have to understand the phenomenon for our body that our body is still very much underwater. Our cells are very much still underwater, even though we are out of the waters as human beings, and they need that water to be able to communicate, to be able to. Most people use the term proliferate signals between one another, and the higher capacity that they're able to do that, they have the higher capacity to function. Why cells though? Like, why do I emphasize cells and cells functioning in this capacity? Because your cells are doing all the work, right? As human beings, we are made of literally every on the exception of our hairs, but every facet of our body is made and is functioning through cells. Cells do all the work, right? They need energy to work, they need water to move, to do their everyday thing. And just to make it make sense, right? I like to compare the body and cells to society, right? And imagine everybody living in the city. As a individual, you get in your car, you go to and from, and you go inside of buildings and you pay your bills, you interact with other people and all this good stuff. Well, your cells are doing the same thing, right? Like they're moving from one place to another, they're in a community, they're talking with each other, they're older, some of them are younger, some of them have more vitality, others, some of them are going to the end of their life. And what water does is it keeps the cells hydrated, It keeps them functioning at their highest capacity. And again, it's their environment. Like that's where they're going to have all their, their life and their livelihood. Now, this is the key thing about water. uh, Water has a molecular aspect to it, right? Being that um, if you ever just test it, right, you can take water and put it on a spoon or a fork, and if you kind of hold it upside down, right, it's going to have a dripping effect, but it's not going to drip quickly. It's going to, if you see it, it's going to linger. And this magnetic effect within the water helps the body in ways that we just can't imagine. And the more water we have that's in harmony with the body, it keeps it healthy, keeps it hydrated, and it's able to hydrate every cell of your body throughout the entirety of your body, even small areas that we don't normally think of. We don't like, we're just busy with life, and we're not thinking it's there, but it's there, and water helps to penetrate those deep areas.
I I definitely been drinking more of my water, and actually feeling a lot better since I have. So thank you for the breakdown, and helping me, through a time in my life where I was feeling kind of a little lost, and disconnected from my own body. So those health consultations, definitely is good, and then just having those organic conversations is awesome. We do have trying to switch gears a little bit, a video, because
Okay.
we got so much stuff to cover today. We're going to play this video when we get back after this commercial break, and then we can tell people a little bit more about some of the other things that you do.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, that's Soulful. The Soulful Book Fair. Everybody, please make sure if you be there, or be square. We got coming back. We're just gonna play this quick video. You want to tell us a little bit about
Okay.
What's your name?
Elijah Cannon.
Show me what you got on your hand.
A Spider-Man tattoo.
Tina Augustus. I'm the president of the Austin Green Team, and welcome to Rosie's Peace in the Valley Garden. So with Charzelle, yeah, that's right. It's happening today. So I'll tell you, you're going to see people hanging from the windows, looking over their fences. Other folks will be coming once.
So I think we got the gist of about what. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on in the video?
Yeah. This video is a capture of events that we do that's called Sip on Hip Hop. So Sip on Hip Hop is an acronym. We
Real
work a
quick,
lot
one
with.
time. Who is we?
My team. So I have a team that I work with of other entrepreneurs within the city. Charzelle Lawson and also Maria Allen. Maria Allen, she focuses on spirituality. Um, and under her organization called Faith Works. And Charzelle, he is an audio. He's an artist and a counselor, mental health counselor, and he utilizes his efforts to counsel young men, young artists through music, to help them to improve themselves, and also just to go through the process of business of music in the music industry as well. He manages his own music production company, and how I like to say it. Um, within the world of social impact, since I manage a social impact research firm, I really do believe in the spirit of collaboration, cross collaboration, and to compete with each other in the spirit of doing good, doing great good. And these are some marvelous, talented, brilliant minds, and I have the pleasure and the honor to work with in this capacity, to be able to work on what to collaborate together through Sip on Hip Hop. So SIP stands for Social Impact Parties. Basically, we're partying with a purpose. And what we do in those Sip on Hip Hop events is, in this case, we were just looking at Peace in the Valley Garden that's on the west side of Chicago. Basically, there's a lot that's utilized as a garden to be able to showcase to the community, the beauty that exists. And there's different events that happen there, and we did a movie night there, and through the collaboration of us working with the West Side Chamber of Commerce with Tina Augusta, we worked. We made it. We made this event happen. It was successful. I think our whole the one of the goals here is to be able to collect data and information again, going back to the concept of leveraging data to be able to create policy. So really just getting the voice of the people, listen to what the people are saying. We use the ability of just asking, answering questions. We do pre-surveys, post-surveys to be able to do um, what's called a comparative analysis, and from that comparative analysis, then do we leverage that information to do more in-depth research and data collection together as a community. We use a process that's called CPAR, and CPAR stands for Community Participatory Action Research. We use this methodology to be able to extract, almost like taking a rag and like squeezing it out, to extract as much information and data that we can, to be able to draft some type of legislation, to be able to use law to deal with the issues and complexities that are impacting our communities, or our communities of interest. Um, And it's open. Like I always say in this process, this video basically highlights that from the perspective of the science background. It's kind of hard to communicate, hey, this is what we do and this is how this works. But in this case, when you can showcase it through a video, when people can see, oh, okay, all right, you guys are, having an event, and you're doing it with a purpose. It was very beautiful, though. He Tarzell and Mario, just with their collectiveness, put out the red carpet. It was amazing just to see people like, man, what's going on? What is this? What's happening? And it's like, we lay out the red carpet for you. This for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like this is for us. Come through. Grab you some nachos, grab something to drink. And it's a family event, family affair, and we encourage people to participate and to just build and continue to grow with us.
I guess that'll be a good segue into this next thing you're doing. Is data drops?
Data drops, yeah. So data drops and dope are two different programs.
Oh, okay.
That,
My apologies.
but no, we can most definitely connect them together though, because um, data drops. So basically, essentially, in my research, what I found, especially for our community, there's something that's called a digital divide. We're not using technology as we ought to, or really having the benefits of it that it presents, so that we can leverage that to be able to take our businesses to the next level. And I do have background and not only in research but technology as well. And I always say, with data drops, you want to be able to catch all your. Don't just let your data drop. Like, catch all of it, almost in that same concept of the water, and filtering out that water that I was, talking about in Africa. You want to be able to catch every drop of data that you have, and re-engineer it, right? You can take, for an example, to be practical. For an example, you can look at your sales, right? Your sales and revenues, and you can look at the products that you're selling, and you can capture the data of what items are being sold the most and what items are being sold the least. And then you can extract that and say, okay, why is this item being sold the most compared to this item that's not being sold the most? And what can I do, right? This is the innovation of it. What can I do to create another item, right, that can be comparison to the item that's being sold most, so that now I can have them both sold at a higher level. And then, you can figure out how to do that 3 or 4 times, right? Or, excuse me, for non-for-profits, right? Taking your actions and your actions, your daily operations, your activities, and like utilize them, right? To leverage them to be utilized towards grants, right? And grant writing and storytelling. So that all that can be, you can highlight all of that, and you can leverage that data to be able to bring more business to generate more business, or generate more opportunity to yourself in the form of grants and all this good stuff. But that's where this program data drops come from. Is essentially, is like, you don't want to drop your data and just continue to do that. But for communities of color or disadvantaged businesses, you have access to someone within the community that can help you learn how to take advantage of your data, and how to leverage your data to be able to get more out of your business, get more out of yourself. Um, do you want me to go on a drop a little bit? I mean, dope a little bit?
Is that a good segue from this topic to the next topic?
Yeah, because I really want to, if I could say anything, is that what the research has taught me. And I found this pattern over and over and over again. Like, if you take the great books, right? If you take, the the Arabic is coming to my mind now, but if you take the Injil, right? You take the Torah, you take the Quran, and if you were to create a comparative analysis, there's from one book to another, there's like a skeleton that tells a story. It's the same story across, right? And when I started to look at like life and the disciplines, I found that your time, your health, and your wealth are very connected together. Like it's a strong, that's a skeleton that connects all three of these things together. And even in regards to the work that I've been doing, like health, if you look at health, you look at data, and if you look at technology or business, like there's a strong connection that weaves all of these things in together. And I think that just ties back into the, to the, I, I guess, back to the subject matter expertise. Like I can see this thread that connects them together, and it just it helps to make sense of how everything is connected and built. It just builds upon each other. So the data, right? Data from research, data mining, data collection, all this ties over into technology very well. So, say for instance, like when I say what is dope, I don't mean like drugs. I mean like awesome, like cool. And dope is an acronym that stands for DevOps Playground Environment. And for those of you who are not familiar what DevOps is a methodology that's used within the IT space, software development space, that improves efficiency between development and operation. If you Google this term, DevOps, if you're interested in getting into DevOps, like feel free to reach out to me, and I'll plug you into the direction that you need to go in, uh, so that you can start your journey. So technology is growing so fast. It's growing. It's so rapid right now, and it's going to be accelerated for the next few years to come. It's
Mm.
just a good place to to spin into, and to invest inside of, because you're going to get a strong return on your investment. Just like investing in your health, you're going to get a strong return on your investment. But dope, it stands for DevOps Playground Environment. So basically, I teach the concept of dope is this. Say, for instance, you can pick any tech company that you want that uses some DevOps practices, right? If they use DevOps practices, if they're using Linux, if they're using, and I'm gonna say some terms out here. I'm gonna throw some terms out. Um, that's like it may not be common terminology for you, and if it's not, it's okay. I'm gonna share that with you. Iron sharpens iron. So for an example, Linux operating systems, knowing how to use Linux operating systems as an admin, understanding how to use a programming language, whether that be Python, whether that be Go, whether that be Ruby or some type of JavaScript, like learning some type of language. Like you have to learn some computing language. My go-to is Python, and from Bash scripting, Python, going into the area of what's called um, infrastructure as a code. So using Terraform to draw infrastructure from cloud computing, using Ansible as a configuration management tool, using Docker for container orchestration or containerization in general, Kubernetes, and Jenkins for CI/CD. So, learning within the marketplace, these are some of the major tools that's within DevOps, and there are more, such as like GitHub, GitLab, so on and so forth, with repositories, utilizing repositories. But the whole concept is this: so if you're working to go if your goal is to get a job at a tech company, if you tell me what tools they're using or how they're functioning, I can create a very similar environment that that company has so that you can maximize and master the tools that they're using so that you can go there and you can do exceedingly well in that environment. So that's dope, right? Google, Microsoft, um, AWS, banks are using a lot of these tools, fintech organizations, um, hospitals, like you name it. Like a lot of companies are already taking advantage of using these tools because they're open source,
Mm-hmm.
and open source just ties back down to being cheaper. It makes more sense. It's more secure. But in our program, Decipher IT, this is another program that we've created. Using data to find out, hey, how can we improve workforce development, right? Like, how can we not only close the digital gap, but how can we teach data in a sense to help transform our situation by having meaningful jobs within the tech space so that we can help close that not only the digital gap but also the wealth gap as well.
Yeah, we're talking about the tech stuff. I was just telling one of my young people was telling me I need to take a computer class. Because if you are not being caught up now, you are definitely gonna get left behind in this tech era that we are in. Like you said, it is fast growing, it's moving, and it's gonna move whether we ready or not. So definitely, I'm definitely looking into get more practice and get more into tech and taking classes and things of that nature, because I do not want to get left behind. And if I get left behind now, I ain't never catching up because it's moving faster than I could even imagine. But we're going to take one more quick pay your bills break.
Hi, I'm Naima Latif, and if you're watching this, that means you're one of the 4.6 billion people from around the world who are using an electronic device to talk to people. In these times, people are using the internet to talk to everybody. Friends, neighbors, family members, co-workers. People are on their cell phones and computers all day long. Now, if you're in business, that is great news. That means you can sell your products and services all day long and never have to leave your home. All you need is a media connection, somebody to connect you to an audience. And that's why I'm talking to you today. We produce programs, and our audience members are people who shop. They buy clothes, food, beauty supplies, cleaning supplies, home repair, transportation services, child care services. Whatever you're selling, they need to buy it. We're your media connection. Just follow this link, and tomorrow you can sit back and relax at home while your business is making you money.
And there it is, your media connection. So another thing that we did talk about is growth, which is a mentoring program you have going on. Um, you got a lot of stuff going on, Baba. We got about 15 more minutes left in this programming. But please tell the people a little bit about growth, what it is, what it do, and how we could benefit from that.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, thank you for this opportunity. Because I really don't. I'm like so busy working on research or creating programs and implementing. Like, I don't take much time to disseminate, and it's very important to disseminate um, the things that we're finding. As a matter of fact, I think it's a good segue. So I did research on the woes of fatherless homes, like what happens to youth that are in fatherless homes or single parent homes, and well, what I did to be able to disseminate my findings on that is created a book that's called The Big Nine. And I'll share that. It's an ebook. I'll share it with you and your audience, and like you can have it for free. Um, I'll figure out how to share that link or to share with everyone, but it's a good read. But basically, the Big Nine are the Big Nine. The concept of the Big Nine is like these are the nine traits or the nine lessons that's not taught um, for youth in this situation, and like these um, social emotional lessons have to be learned in the household. Like they have to be learned at at an earlier stage, and that's what the Big Nine is talking about. And the growth program is really the program that's geared to be able to help with that process, to be able to give back, so that individuals, young men, young women can learn these foundations. And and that core, I always tell people, like, we already know them. You already know them in a sense. I just put it, we just organized it. When I say we mean over inertia, we just organized it in a way where it, like, it just makes sense. We just organize it. But growth itself is the acronym. It is the program. It is the action that describes what's going on. So growth stands for goals, reasons, opportunity, wealth, thought, and health. So it's a holistic program that channels individuals to push to become the best version of themselves. And it starts with the premises of knowing yourself. um, Knowing yourself is the gateway to growth in this most rudimentary aspect. So we teach, like, how do you set goals, short-term goals, long-term goals, why goals are important, having some type of mission statement, like what's your mission statement of life, like what, like understanding what you're doing every day. R is for the reasons why you do what you do, right? To know why you are, for an example, and this is me understanding why my parents named me Universal, and I sticking to that reason of my functionality. Like, as I am universal and I'm moving, this is how I move, and this is why I should move in this way. And teaching the understanding of why, like the why, the reasons behind you do what you're doing. As kids ask questions, why, and it's befitting that we give them a proper answer so that they understand for the rest of their life and the duration of their life, because they fall back down to the core, to the essence of why they doing what they do. It makes sense to them. I think, in a sense, there's a song. I can't remember the song right now, but there's a lyric in there that says, uh, oh, it's simple, be a simple man. It's called Simple Man. And the song is mothers telling her child, how to be a simple man, or be a simple man. And it says, be something you love and understand, right? Like be something you love and understand. Like, that's the why covers the essence of that. You have to know why and understand yourself. And then the opportunities, right? If you and The thing with the opportunities, finding opportunities to be able to reach your goals, to be able to accomplish your goals. If you can't find an opportunity, uh, be willing to create it, right? Because sometimes it's not going to be given to you. So you have to use a set of cleverness, wittiness, to be able to um, get yourself to where you want to get to. And proper preparation prevents poor performance, right?
Mhm.
um, Being early, like these type of things, gives that edge. It gives that winning edge to be able to find and create opportunity, to move forward. And then the last three, so I kind of break it in two parts. First part is like inner, the out part is the outer. But wealth, thought, and health. Like, how do you build your wealth, right? How to build wealth, how do you grow wealth, how do you maintain wealth? And we use the richest man in Babylon to guide those conversations. Uh, Thought process. Zig Ziglar said most people have the bad case of stinking thinking, and you need to give yourself a checkup from the neck up. So how do you give yourself a checkup from the neck up, to avoid the negative thinking, the stinking thinking, right? the stinking thinking is, it's just to understand the stinking thinking and where it comes from. And then the last piece is your health, right? We talked about this. There's a quote that I heard that I started to implement because I just thought it was phenomenal. But and to give credit to the brother who brought this up, I don't remember his name. I should most definitely, but just to let you know, it's not mine, right? I took it from this brother. But he says, health. He says, right now you may have 1,000 problems. You may have hundreds of problems, right? Right now you may have hundreds of problems, but when you lose your health, right, you will only have one problem.
Mm.
And it just solidifies the importance of health. Like with our good health, we have everything that we like. We have everything that we need to be able to reach our goals and to reach our wildest dreams. So that's what growth mentoring entails. We still use the same principles of behavior change and guidance. I go back to the process of spirituality. There's no right or wrong way to live life as long as you love yourself,
I sure.
love others, not harm yourself, not harm others, and know that we're here to experience this life in the time that we're given. So
I'm just a little curious. As you've been talking, I've been thinking, have you ever like dug into Scientology?
I haven't. I haven't. Some guys were speaking about this last. We were just some of my guys. We were just talking about this last night, but I haven't. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, so unfortunately, I have not. I've been thinking about it. The producer that was on the show with us earlier, she's into Scientology. I'm supposed to be going over there with her, but I was just curious to know if you had got a chance to, kind of dive into that and to see the connection between the technology, spirituality, all those things coming together as one. So maybe we can go up there together and she could take us and give us the grand introduction.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm down.
But going back into that, like just talking about health, technology, spirituality, how does spirituality, do you feel like, how do you like enjoy spirituality and health?
Oh man, I think that's a wonderful question. I think spirituality at the core, it connects us. It connects us, right? It like connects us to everything. Like we're never disconnected. It's like it's an illusion to say, hey, we don't have access to, but once you step into spirituality, there's nothing you don't have access to. And if you don't have access to it, you don't need it. You don't need it.
Mhm.
Like as a simply, you don't need it. You don't like it's you don't need it. It's, the spirituality has been a large component to my journey, and I'm so grateful to the Lord Most High to have this opportunity on this earth, and and just to learn what I don't know and I don't understand, but to come to find out what I don't learn and understand, and to just give that back and just to share. Um, you know, we're here, and we're here today and we're gone today. So it's best to, and we can't take none of it with us. So
Yeah.
it's for me, in a nutshell, man. Like we're here for each other,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to learn from each other. I'm learning from you, you learning from me, and it's iron sharpens iron. And it again, it takes a village. And if we can learn, um to stop hurting each other, the
Sure.
hurt, harm, and humiliation, if we can stop killing each other, like if we stop doing this, like there's nothing that we can't
You can
accomplish,
do.
man.
Sure. I agree.
There's nothing. This world will really be surprised. I mean, and we've done it before. It's not like
Yeah.
we've done it before. We just got to go back to the way.
Yeah.
We just got to go back to the way, and I and
But
I
one
think
thing is for sure is we will, because everything got to come full circle.
Oh no, we are, and this is the part of that. So, Mama Africa, thank you so much for allowing me to be able to join your platform, to be able to share with your brothers and sisters. However, I can help and support your journey, not only the community's journey. Like, just please, reach out and just let me know.
Well,
We
look,
here.
leading into that, I guess I'll ask the question now while you're talking about it. But um, I always ask the guests, what does when you think about Mama Africa's marketplace, what comes to mind?
Absolutely. I This is a wonderful question too. I think especially, when we start talking about what our communities have and what they don't have, when we start talking about like food deserts, when we start talking about Mama Africa is an oasis, right? Like you are an oasis, and you provide not only just in there's a quote that says, we don't human beings don't live off of food or water alone. We need word. And Mama Africa, you provide that. You know what I'm saying? You provide that substance that the community needs to continue to be able to consume, to move forward, day in and day out. And the resources that are provided, it's more than just the consumption of food and water, but the essence of making oneself the best version of themselves. And you are most definitely a pillar, an oasis. It's on time. And like I said, I see it. I'm so happy and to have the opportunity to work with you, and to build and to be a part of this oasis. Uh,
Likewise. Yep. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And the same with you. You do so much for the community. I don't see a lot of self-drivenness in you. And I appreciate you because we need a lot more people in the community pushing for us to be better, individually and as a whole, collectively. So I see the way that you move in your platforms is not only through community, but also improving personal, and personal helps us to be able to be stronger, better community people. So thank you for that. Thank you for your work for yourself, all of the information that you have gathered, and then wanted to share that information with others. Um, it's been very, very refreshing to talk to, others that is also just as passionate about community, self-love, self-care, all of those things as well. One of the other things that I did want to mention about what you were talking about as far as health and wellness. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. I just got about the health and wellness. I was just wondering, do you how do you work with people in the public on the health and wellness tip, individually and as a community collective?
Absolutely, that's a really good question. So, we can work both ways, because of the digital space now. Everything is online. I work with people on the individual and also on a community level. So say for instance, you may have an old, like a senior facility, right? And you may want to host some type of workshop there, ongoing workshop. Or you may have youth, or you may have different populations, like I said, from groups or individuals who are in different places of their community, their health goals. And we can work online, we can work in person, and we can work until we achieve your goals, in a nutshell. And um, yeah, so it's just basically just contact me, and we'll figure out a cadence to be able to work with each other. And we'll track your process, and we'll understand your progress, where you are and where you want to get to. And we'll get started. It's just I think in essence, when it comes to health, own it, right? It's yours, right? Own it, own your health, and don't ever give that away. It's like land, right? If you own land, don't you sell your land. You can rent it, you can lease it, but don't you sell your land. And the same with your body. So you don't give that up. Don't let it go. Knowledge, inform yourself about what you have. And I think that's where we start, is really understanding the importance of the body and the value of it. Once you understand what you have, there is nothing like the human body. There is nothing on earth like us and what we have. We may have things that are similar and things that are hybrid, but there's nothing like not this human body. And when you learn how to add the spirit and in the crooks of the flesh, the nuts and the bolts that make us what we are, when you learn to add the spirit, most people don't talk about it. But we were talking about this yesterday, like healing through word, right? Like if you have a migraine, you should know how to use your words of utterance to be able to heal it. Breathing, using breathing techniques to be able to set your body off, to be able to have more strength, to be able to just to be able to use your body and not only healing but performance as well. So I spend a lot of time in just using my body and performance. So those of you who are like in the arts, or those of you who are athletes, or those of you who are in the sports, right? Like your body can be utilized more than this. But most definitely, a quote that my dad shared with us is, if you give your body hell, you gotta give it heaven. You gotta give it heaven. So there are a lot of us who are giving our bodies to all kind of rocado. But it's like, how do you slow down?
What's a quick way to give our bodies some heaven?
Oh man,
water. There we go. I answered it for you.
I first and foremost, the water. Like water is water, and number two, be mindful of your environment. Do some meditation, do some reflection, do some breathing, do some take yourself out of the environment. If it's chaotic, if you're in the kitchen and it's burning, you understand that the heat is too hot, and you need to go someplace that's a little better. Just take yourself out of the environment for a while, and you'll see how your body responds to the new environment.
Ashe. Well, we appreciate you, Baba, for coming on, talking to us. We definitely would like to have you back because you got so much wealth of knowledge and information to give us that we will be able to dive deeper into some of the other things that you do. We was not able to dive into everything today. Is there anything that we may have left out in like the next 15 seconds that you would like to talk about? If not, then we're going to close out.
Yeah, the only thing I would say, if you want to reach out with me, I think you can just go to my website at overinertia.org. That's overinertia.org. My email is there, universal@overinertia.org, and you can also reach out to me at 312-200-2061.
Yep, it's on the bottom of the screen. Thank you so much. Peace and love. And as always, thank you for stopping by. Let me see what
We've come to the end of our show today. If you missed any broadcasts, go to our website for the audio and video archives at www.thefemalesolution.com. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussions. And to our global family joining us from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, xie xie. India, Dhanyavad. Japan, arigato. Korea, kamsamnida. Russia, spasiba. Germany, danke. Poland, dziękuję. France, merci. Spain, gracias. Italy, grazie. Egypt, shukran. Ghana, madasi. Nigeria, eshe. South Africa, Ngiyabonga. Senegal, Jaref. Kenya, Asante. Israel, Toda. Pakistan, Shukriya. Afghanistan, Tashakur. Saudi Arabia and Palestine, Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.